Hey homies, how's it going today? So I got a little pick me up for you, okay? I was trying to apply for this job last week and I was going into a detailing shop. I was in there doing the interview thinking I'm going to nail this job, right? Because I'm totally overqualified for this. So as I'm sitting there going over my credentials with the boss, right, I'm putting my phone down and I keep checking it and it's on his desk. And little did I know at the time, but he had almost identical phone. Okay. So after we're done our meetings and we're chatting away, I go to get up and I'm like, oh, my phone. So I turn around, I look at, oh, there it is. I grab it. Little did I know at that moment, okay, that I accidentally grabbed his phone. And I didn't notice this yet. Okay. So as I'm walking out, saying, yeah, cool. I look forward to hearing from you. Right. So I go and I start leaving. And as I'm leaving, I'm about 2 blocks away. And I'm like, oh, I'm going to call and let my old lady know about what a good feeling I have about getting this job. So as I'm going to unlock my phone, I realize, why isn't it unlocking? Oh no, this ain't my phone. No, I grabbed Buddy's phone. Shit. So I turn around. I start going back, right? And I'm like, oh, I hope he's going to understand. All this is just a mix up, man. I go inside. I see this guy, and I'm like, hey, I think I grabbed your phone by accident. I must have left mine and grabbed yours. He was having none of this shit. He goes, he calls the cops right away, being like, hey, a person tried to steal my phone, and they're here now, da da da. Right? So the cops show up. And while the cops are there, they're like, oh, so you got the phone back. This is what happened. Oh, there's no ill intent here. Yeah, you're free to go, okay? Don't even worry about it. So as I'm just about to turn and walk out, I stop him. I'm like, hey, my phone. He still has my phone. Because when I grabbed his, I left mine. So I'm like, hey, partner, could I get my phone? Because I must have left it on your desk there, right? He looks me straight in the eyes and says, I didn't see no phone there. Sorry. So at this point, I'm like, what? No way. I'm like, this guy's just being a dick because I accidentally grabbed his phone. So now he's going to try and fuck me out of mine, right? So I start walking out and I'm thinking, I'm like, what the hell am I going to do now? He jacked my phone. I'm like, oh yeah, I Google tracked my phone everywhere. So I go home. I start looking up on my Google record to see where it was tracked to. And of course, as I'm going through the list, I'm like, yeah, I was there. Yeah, I was there. Oh, yeah, look, there's me going, yeah, that's when I went to my appointment. I was there for the job interview. Oh, 15 minutes later, it was turned off. Yeah, you didn't see it, eh? Lo and behold, I go then. Now, this is 2 days after I'm figuring how I'm going to deal with it. I go and I go down to the police station. I'm like, hey, so I've got all this evidence back together now because I went through this big mix up. I explained it to the lady, all the details verbatim. And she's like, so you seen the guy take the phone? I said, well, no, I wasn't in there. I'd already walked out because I grabbed his phone by accident, thinking it was mine. Didn't think anything of it. And she's like, well, you see, that's a lost phone, not a theft. So you can only claim it as lost. Sorry. I'm like, great. I'm like, well, look, I've got proof, okay? This here is my whole record of everywhere I was that day and where it was when it got turned off. Look. She's like, that doesn't prove anything if you did not see him take it. You're going to have to claim it lost, sir. That'll be all. So as I'm walking out of there now, I know I've got my whole life based around that phone. I'm in school, and I also have to try and get other work lined up. I need my phone. It is like a main credential in my life. It's a lifeline to be contacted through. So I'm like, well, I guess I'm just going to have to go buy another one. Money's pretty tight, you see. So I'm thinking, I know where I can pick up a cheap phone. I'm going to go down the broke side of town there where all the hustling goes on. I'll buy a phone off of one of them. Lo and behold, do I know the first person I run into down there, he's got all his stuff set up on the ground around him, and he's just sitting there, oh, what you need, bro, what you need? And I look at him, I'm looking for a half-decent phone. I want one at a good price, you know. Do you have anything like that? It's legit. He looks down, so he opens up his coat, and he's like, matter of fact, I got you. He starts reaching into his pocket, and he's like, he pulls out like 5 phones. He's sitting here, and this guy is so high. And he's like, you know, like falling asleep. As I'm looking, I'm trying to ask him questions about this phone and like where it came from, the validity of it all, right? And as I'm checking it out and I'm going through it, and I'm like, I'll bet you anything this is stolen. That's all I could think the whole time, right? And I start going back on the thoughts about how mine was stolen. And I'm like, yeah, that probably came down here, sold it to one of these guys, you know? So I'm like, well, how much you want for it? I look down. He is sleeping, nodded right off at this point. I'm like, hey, buddy, how much do you want for the phone? Not a sound. Like, buddy, how much do you want for the phone? Won't even budge. I'm like, well, I'm just going to bounce then, man. Still no word. I'm like, well, fine, bye, peace. And I'm yelling this at him. Not a sound, not moving, nothing. I'm like, well, don't mind if I do then. Start walking away. The only thing I could think as I was walking away is, might as well just pass this shitty deal along. Here, bro. It's a shitty deal. I don't want it. You have it. Love you guys. Hopefully you guys got picked up by that. That was from one of my very best friend's stories. So I hope you enjoy it. Have a great weekend. Love you guys. Peace. Like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.